Someone's coming for you.
Hello and welcome to Back to the Future, the show where we talk about movies past, present, and future. Today we're talking about the new release from M. Night Shyamalan, Split. Split stars James McAvoy as a man with 23 distinct personalities who kidnaps 3 young girls and traps them in a basement to mysterious ends. So I had the pleasure of getting to see this one last night. Definitely pretty wary, seeing that it's M. Night Shyamalan. I think for everybody, that's kind of a red flag at this point. So what did you think coming into this one then, John?
Yeah, I had my concerns, but I mean, The Visit was an okay movie.
I didn't end up seeing it.
I mean, it's not a wow movie by any means, but it's kind of fun and it wasn't trash. So
was it an improvement over The Last Airbender?
it was.
Was it an improvement over The Lady in the Water?
Yes.
That's not bad then.
Well, I thought so. There's probably some fans of Lady in the Water out there that.
This movie, though, for sure, is much better than the After Earths of his career. It's definitely a return to form, I think, for M. Night Shyamalan. It's not a perfect movie.
No.
But man, was this something, I think, unexpected from him. I didn't think he had anything left in the tank.
Yeah, definitely returning to the roots, honestly. And it was very entertaining, very suspenseful. But really, it's James McAvoy. James McAvoy gives an amazing performance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not out of the ordinary for James McAvoy, but I mean, seeing like him do so many different characters, even in certain scenes where it's just character, it was very impressive. Fun to watch.
Having seen him now for a number of years, I even watched him on the original Shameless. He was actually on that show. He's who Justin Chatwin plays now in the new one. Is who James McAvoy is in that show, and I've watched him all the way back since then. And I've always really, really been a big fan. If I see he's in something, I'm automatically going to gravitate toward it. And I think that this movie, and like you said, it was such an impressive performance. Not a surprising and well done performance. It was just, I think, him bringing together all these things that we know he's capable of, and putting them all into one role. And I think it really was amazing. On his end, he was amazing, I think.
Did something happen?
Honestly, that's what had me hooked. Just seeing what this movie was going to be and seeing, being able to watch James McAvoy do all these different characters. I don't care if it's M. Night Shyamalan. He's been on a bad streak for a while now. James McAvoy is awesome, and I want to go see this movie because of him.
Yeah, I think he was definitely the anchor that someone like Shyamalan needed. I think even for people to want to go out to go see this movie, take the gamble, I think that James McAvoy is a great bet for that. It also stars Anya Taylor-Joy, who you may remember from The Witch last year, if you saw that one early on. I thought that she was fantastic in that movie. I think with this one, no, this one's not quite a horror movie. I think she's kind of becoming a pretty good go-to scream queen. I really, really enjoyed her in this movie as well. Her character, and I think this thing is that the movie is very small. There's not a huge cast in this, but they ask quite a bit, I think, of their leads, and I think they both really deliver. I think some things that were hard to get across. I think, especially on her part. Especially, I think, like towards the end of the movie.
She's a very well written character. It's not just your typical. It's not just your typical scream queen. There's some nuance in there. There's some things that they're doing with the character.
Places that they decided to go, I think, in general, in the movie and with her character.
Very intriguing character. I just couldn't wait to find out what this character was or what's going on inside of her. It was very, very unique, very well written.
So, I kind of said it earlier, it's not a perfect movie. I think for me, and I think it's a common thing that we see with M. Night Shyamalan, I think that he does a really good job when he's writing of like doing the big picture, of getting the major arcs. I think that some of the dialogue, though, was a bit choppy at some areas. There's some scenes I thought that specifically stood out, and we'll get maybe into that a little bit more when we get to our spoiler section as well. But I think that was kind of a knock on the movie a little bit. It was some of the dialogue there really didn't do it for me. But other than that, like I said, I think he does a great job with the character arcs overall.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only complaint. There's not really a whole lot to complain about. It is a smaller, contained story, and it's got great payoff. But yeah, I think just some of the clunky writing.
Yeah,
it's not too much.
Yeah, he always does a great job with those big ideas, and he's always known for putting a twist in there. But I think that is his strong suit. It's those big story points, those big character beats, those big arcs. He's really great.
Yeah,
at.
just
I think
filling in the
gaps.
gaps.
When it's the small stuff and filling in the gaps, where you see some of the weaker parts of him as a writer. But really, other than that, I couldn't think of too many other things. I found it to be extremely entertaining and riveting.
Yeah, looks well,
throughout.
music's great, cinematography's great. Everything just is really done well, and the performances are all really good. So it's a really good movie.
Yeah, I found it to be an extremely entertaining, engaging watch, and definitely, probably the first good movie I have seen here in 2017.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully there's a lot more, and we all know that January can be a barren wasteland. So Split should definitely make your list as far as movies to check out so far in our new year. So, as we said earlier, we would get into a brief spoiler section. It's really hard not to with this movie. There's obviously something here at the end of this movie that is a big spoiler, so you've been warned. 1, 2, 3, spoilers from here on out. So the movie ends with a really interesting scene. James McAvoy gets away after releasing the Beast, this 24th personality that's an amalgam of the animals that he's been working with in this zoo. Allowing him to have all these crazy powers and durability and speed. The idea is that with thought and willpower, you can change your body chemistry. And that's what basically he's able to do. Whichever personality he is, his body responds to being that. So if he's the Beast, he's this powerful thing. He can bend bars, crawl on walls. It gets really out there and crazy. And for me, I was starting to go, okay.
Yeah. Where is this twist going to come from?
Yeah, because it was really. I thought it had a lot of realism to it up until that point, and things started getting really off the rails, and it's almost like this movie's jumping the shark for a minute. But the movie ends. There's another scene of McAvoy alone after getting away. He's talking to himself, talking to his different personalities, and then it switches to a diner where they're talking about him on the news. They're calling him the Horde, and then there's a lady at the diner who says that, oh, this is just like a few years ago. What was that one man in the wheelchair? What's his name? We pan down to the end of the diner, and Bruce Willis is sitting there.
Bruce Willis cameo.
And says his name was Mr. Glass, and right
and
there we know.
The look on his face too,
Yeah.
like he's almost like, I got to go out there and find this guy now.
So this movie exists within the Unbreakable universe.
Are you ready for the truth? I believe comic book heroes walk the earth. I believe you're one of those individuals.
I think that was an awesome twist to have in this movie.
It's an awesome twist because it's a twist M. Night Shyamalan has not done yet.
A sequel.
A revisit.
What a twist.
Well, because the whole time I'm waiting for, like, okay, where's this twist? I thought maybe James McAvoy was going to be inside Anya Taylor-Joy's character's head.
I kind of thought maybe she was one of the personalities.
Like the
too.
revelation when he says to her, like, you're broken, like the broken are more evolved.
Yeah.
And he lets her go. I thought maybe she was going to wake up from whatever she was going through, and that was going to be it. So I was guessing wrong. And M. Night Shyamalan does a really good job of always making you guess wrong, I guess, up until the end.
Yeah. I think to the ambiguity of what the Beast could be, I think really definitely.
Exactly.
Where you feel
Was
like
it
you
metaphor?
could go that,
Yeah.
or you could even go that like satanic horror route too. So it was really interesting to see how that unfolded, and it ended up not really being the twist.
Yeah, well, it ends up.
The twist ended up really being the
Yes.
Bruce Willis.
So I mean, basically
Is that the
the story is like a supervillain origin story.
Yeah,
For those of you who there's probably a lot of viewers who haven't seen Unbreakable. That's 16 years ago now, 15, 16 years ago now. A lot of reaction walking out of the theater when I went and saw it was, I didn't get the ending. I don't even know what they're talking about because a lot of the kids that were in the theater were 13, 14 years old. But yeah, I mean, it's basically a superhero movie. Bruce Willis is an unbreakable figure, and now he's got an enemy to go find.
Yeah, who's
I'm excited.
an enemy who represents the broken. So I think that's really interesting. I was hearing that apparently this was a character that was intended originally to be in Unbreakable or in its subsequent sequels that he had never ended up using. He wrote the character in like 2002 and has been kind of floating around. So I think that definitely shows in the movie. He's a very fully realized character. There's a lot of depth there, and McAvoy brings it all to life. I think the idea now of possibly going forward with an Unbreakable 2 and beyond is really intriguing. I think it's a lot more interesting idea than I thought that we're going to kind of just get a one-off movie here.
Yeah.
To know that we might be revisiting, I think,
Bruce
a series
Willis
that
gonna
people
get a
have been
franchise?
clamoring.
Yeah.
I think people have been
People are
clamoring to
asking
have
for
that.
it, yeah.
So, and yeah, that'd be true.
Get Bruce Willis working again, maybe?
Well, hopefully he gets, he doesn't phone it in. Hopefully he comes
he actually
and,
comes wants to be in a movie
work
again.
and yeah, I think that's always kind of right now. I think that's his biggest obstacle is the willpower part and the wanting to do it. So
yeah, I was pretty blown away. I was pretty blown away by that ending. Like I think most people are who have seen Unbreakable. It's a great twist, great ending, great movie.
So now that we've got talking about the end of the movie and got you all excited, what's your final grade for Split?
I'm probably sitting at an A- with this film. I originally was thinking B+ range, but James McAvoy's performance, and then that ending connecting it with Unbreakable, and then just the repercussions and like what that means for the movie, I think really did elevate it for me because I do love Unbreakable. It's a great film, and it got me excited. It got me excited for more Shyamalan. It got me excited for what could potentially be next. And it is a good mystery. It's a good mystery. I love mysteries, so the movie did it for me.
Yeah, I think the ending really saved some of the moments of the movie that really went out there at the end for me. But overall, I really enjoyed the movie regardless if that was at the end. I'm going to give it a B+. I think it's just a really solid, entertaining thriller, great for anybody's time. And don't be afraid, just because it's M. Night Shyamalan, this movie is legitimately good. So that's been our short review today of Split. We will see you guys next episode where we talk about Platoon. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like and subscribe here on YouTube. Comment down below on your thoughts of Split. You can also find us on Twitter at Back2Feature and on Facebook, facebook.com/Back2Feature. We'll talk to you guys on social media about movies all day long. We'll see you next time. I'm Giovanni Carlo.
And I'm John Vandeloo.
And this has been Back to the Feature.
I've never seen a case like this before. 23 identities live in Kevin's body.
He's done awful things to people, and he'll do awful things to you.